You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do it.
Hello! We're the Sister Signs!
Last one, today,
I'm Sakura.
and Coco.
Nolita!
Thank you for joining one of our Tokyo fashion guide tours.
In each video, we'll be showing you around a new area in one of the world's fashion capitals, Tokyo, Japan. Today, we'll be visiting Omotesando and Aoyama. Known as the Champs-Élysées of Tokyo, Omotesando is the capital's beloved Zelkova tree-lined luxury shopping destination. It's also home to some of the most amazing examples of cutting-edge architecture that you'll find anywhere in the world. Omotesando neighbors the very famous area of Harajuku, which we introduced to you last time. The contrast, though, is very prominent and striking. You could say that Harajuku is filled with cheap shops that target a young crowd, whereas Omotesando is for a more luxurious spender and is second in line as the leading fashion area of Tokyo, with Ginza being the first. Today, we'll show you around Omotesando area and then take you to Aoyama, which has a more subdued ambience. Even though there are less people in the Aoyama area, many people in the fashion industry spend time here, and there are chic cafes and boutiques. We hope through these videos you'll be able to see each area's unique atmosphere and charm. Super cool building covered in mirrors, opened in 2012. It's the mall designed by an architecture firm, Hiroshima Nakamura and Nap. There's many cafes up on the terrace on the rooftop, and there's a very nice Starbucks that's a nice place to take a break.
I have also shops they have. There are 3 floors and a basement.
I love all the variety they have here. Just when I first stop. So let's go check out Omohara no Mori on the rooftop.
Let's go!
photos, since there's a nice line of Japanese Zelkova trees on both the left and the right.
We feel like we are in Paris, not in Japan or Tokyo.
So let's go to the top and see if we can take some photos.
Let's go!
ました。Pritzker Prize laureate Sana designed the Dior flagship store in Tokyo. The building is surrounded by transparent glass walls, which is set in front of a translucent, wavy acrylic screen, which gives off a really cool glowing look at night. This is Jayu, which opened in 2007. It has a neat structure where it looks like boxes stacked on top of each other in a spiral. Almost like it's a living thing, with a will of its own.
Oh, so cool. So, who made this one?
This was designed by Dutch architecture firm MVRDV, the idea of shops and think, i.e. the notion that you should live with an awareness of what's happening in the world.
Wow, that sounds pretty intense.
I'll say, it houses 18 shops and restaurants among 6 floors, including names such as Chanel, Maison Margiela, Comme des Garçons, and a MoMA store. The street above the underground Shibuya-gawa River is called Cat Street. It runs parallel to and eventually runs into Meiji Street, and is full of many boutiques and cafes. It was originally named after the rockabilly band Black Cats' third album, Cat Street, and due to the fact that there are many cats running along this tight street. Oh, high touch. High touch. I didn't know you liked that. My sister likes to be done, so I have to give him a hug for her. How cute.
Yeah, the selection's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Oh, it's a coin purse. Purse. Put your money in here. Wow. I would. This is a big coin purse though.
Yeah,
It's not very. This is the old one. This is the new one. Is it Furby? No, it's an owl enemy. They have Krakow.
oh no.
I love this one.
I feel like Rihanna would like one of these.
Didn't she want like
Omotesando Hills, a famous mall for both locals and tourists alike. It's known for housing brand names and high-scale boutiques.
Yeah, especially fashion. And this is generally where the rich, the wealthy, the affluent can find their clothes, you know. And don't forget who designed it.
Tadao Ando is the one who designed this building.
He made it so it's like both aesthetic and useful, kind of the very definition of design, which is what beauty follows function, I believe. Tadao Ando did not say that, but that's design. That's kind of relevant. Yeah, so we'll show you the inside. Let's go.
Takes advantage of Omotesando's natural slope by building its floor parallel to the ground as well as building underground. The shops are built on the slight slope that just spirals around the building.
It makes it really easy to walk up and down and makes for a very striking view. Once you come here, you're never going to forget. I do like the green though. I like the color, but yeah, you know, it's breaking away. It's very bright.
After the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923, Dojinkai apartment buildings such as this were built to be earthquake resistant and fire safe. However, the residents were limited to cultural figures of the time, and so it became synonymous with being cutting edge. Now, the Dojinkai apartment buildings have been incorporated into the Omotesando Hills Mall.
Designed by famous Japanese architect Norihiko Dan, this building is immediately recognizable as one of the most iconic and unique buildings of Omotesando. Resembling the turret of a castle, its hourglass shape and iconic grooved concrete makes this building foreboding, whimsical, and fascinating all at the same time. There's so many high-end brands, like all over Omotesando. Yeah, it's so expensive. I know it's so expensive, but it's just all the variety you could imagine of every luxury brand you've ever heard of.
It's got that air, that atmosphere.
Yeah.
The buildings are super cool.
I know, and all the buildings really matches.
Yeah. We're now entering the Aoyama area.
And this is Miyuki Street, and this is kind of what introduces you to Aoyama from Omotesando. The main difference being Aoyama is an area for fashion industry professionals. Omotesando is more where people buy from the fashion industry. So here you can still see the big flagship stores for these really big fashion names, including Balenciaga and a lot of Japanese designers. But what would you say? The aura. Atmosphere is a little bit different because of the types of people who frequent these places.
Yeah, it's a little quieter here.
Yeah, that too. So right now, just off of Miyake Street, we are standing in front of Comme des Garçons. Behind us is Issei Miyake. And down the street we have Yohji Yamamoto. So you have the three top Japanese designers all
Located on the same street.
yes, all centralized on the same street together in Aoyama. This famous structure was designed by Herzog and de Meuron, Pritzker Prize award-winning architects. Prada's flagship building in Omotesando is a 5-sided, 6-story glass building which is built up of diamond-shaped panes which vary between being flat, concave, and convex.
Yeah, the way it flows is very striking.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. This building cost $8 million, and it is Prada's largest... Why are you laughing? It is Prada's expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. That's Prada's largest and most beautiful building in the world.
I'll bet.
Yeah, for architects like the ones who designed this one, the view of the building itself is just as important as the merchandise being sold. Oh, I like this one.
I bet you do. This is Undercover, a brand by Jun Takahashi, and it's got a lot of punk American influenced style.
Kind of like, gives me a Sex Pistols kind of vibe.
And that's exactly why Undercover is the essence of Japanese cool.
Yeah, and aside from that, Undercover is one of the most popular Japanese brands in the world.
Ooh. Sakai is a high-end fashion wear brand that was founded in Tokyo by Chitose Abe in 1999.
Abe trained at Junya Watanabe and Comme des Garçons, correct?
Yeah, and you can tell from the men's and women's clothes both play with the idea of androgyny. And he's won accolades from the likes of Karl Lagerfeld and Anna Wintour.
Yeah, I believe it, since Sakai has done collaborations with Montclair, Dover Street Market, and even Nike too.
Truly a pinnacle of modern fashion.
Yes, you can find them abroad. They have a section in every department store, and I would say they're even more popular than Undercover, even.
And that's pretty popular.
Yeah. And that brings our Omotesando tour to an end today.
So enjoy a nice cup of tea. And next time, I think we'll see you in
Shibuya!
Shibuya. Bye! Bye!
Perfect.